Friday the 13th edition of Litter Media Live. What could go wrong, right? June 13th, 2025. I'm Dan Ramey. In studio with me today is, that could go wrong.
Yep, start over.
What you didn't hear moments ago was, welcome to the Friday the 13th edition of Litter Media Live, and I followed it with the question, what could go wrong?
And his microphone was turned all the way down.
Yes. Just finished an interview moments ago with Ricky Skaggs, who will be performing at the Sugarloaf Mountain Amphitheater coming up it's a week from this Sunday, and June 22nd. And so I had turned Mike's microphone off so I could use that microphone for the interview, and I simply forgot to turn it up. But now we're here, so it's Friday the 13th.
Yes, it's a good thing we caught that when we did.
Yes,
didn't do the whole show like that.
Let us hope that it's the worst thing that happens today.
Yeah,
and that we're all uphill from here. Or is it downhill from here?
I feel like downhill would be things are getting worse.
True.
So let's hope
going uphill, it's more work.
Right.
Let's just be on an even keel today. We're on flat ground. I like that better. It's much easier on the knees.
So just a lot of minor nuisances throughout the day?
Yeah, I've had those too. You ever had those days where you just are putting out fires all the time?
Yeah.
Can't imagine what that would be like on a world scale, but not for me here locally. All right, let's take a look at the forecast. We'll jump into that, and we'll let you know what to expect as we jump into the weekend. We're expecting some showers later on today, and it looks like we'll have a bit of rain throughout the weekend. It's going to be a soggy Father's Day experience, I think. We may see some sunshine down the road, but with all the stuff going on this weekend, you just never know about the weather, right? We can tell you that temperatures will be nice and comfortable. We'll be through the 70s, so at least it's not going to be unbearably hot for the weekend, but you'll have to deal with some scattered showers here and there. And you can find that weather information on our website. Just go to littermedia.com, and it's an interactive weather map. You can punch it up, or if you're going on vacation somewhere, and you're leaving like today, and you want to see what tomorrow's weather is like, then you can go right to the location you're anywhere in the world with that interactive weather map and find out what the weather is.
There you go.
That's incredible. And that's the service we provide here at Litter Media. Coming up in just a moment, what's making news for us as we jump into this Friday the 13th weekend, all coming up. But first, let's tell you about Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, your trusted comfort advisor. Just a moment ago, our air conditioner kicked on. We went through a situation here in the warehouse, in the loft where we do our show, in which the air conditioner just completely gave out. And Accurate came on the scene, and we have a new air conditioner. It's about a year old now, but man, was it hot in the loft. Just picture yourself being up in the upper portion of a warehouse on a summer Sunday afternoon. It's just very ugh. But if you got those issues going on in your home or your business, heating, cooling, and plumbing, they do it all. Your trusted comfort advisor, Accurate Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Click on this ad anywhere you see it at littermedia.com. It takes you to AccurateHVAC.com.
This is Andy Tomlinson. When ensuring what's important to you, our agents are there when you need us the most. Tomlinson Insurance, for the best coverage at the best cost. Visit us online at tomlinsonins.com to learn more.
Introducing the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. We want to put your pet in the spotlight. Pets with paws to pets with fins. If they gallop, crawl, or slither, play fetch, or simply curl up and snuggle. Send us a photo of your pet and we'll announce a new pet each week. And one pet will be crowned Pet of the Year. To nominate your pet, visit littermedia.com. Click on Pet of the Week. Tell us about your pet and be sure to include a photo. Watch Litter Media Live each Thursday for the announcement of the Petland Litter Media Pet of the Week. No purchase necessary. Contest applications must be from Ohio residents and at least 18 years old.
Life. It can get on top of you quickly, can't it? But with 211, it only takes one step to get connected to the help you need. 211 is always available to help. So get in touch today.
As a basketball coach and a dad, I need to be able to keep up.
Mark came to the Adina Orthopedic and Spine Institute in severe arm pain from a degenerative disc.
I was so confident in Dr. Fleming, he explained everything.
Together, they decided on minimally invasive spinal surgery to relieve Mark's pain and get him back to what matters most. At Adina, we do what we love, so you can too.
Going on right now, while supplies last, is Hometown Motors Spring Sales Event. New riding tractors starting at $1699.99. New zero-turn mowers starting at $3399.99. New walk-behinds starting at $399.99. Chainsaws starting at $279.99. New blowers starting at $199.99. And trimmers at $229.99.
And this is going on now.
Right now.
At
Hometown Motors.
Right there. You see it on the corner of your screen.
Oh, yeah. Right there.
That's what I was pointing at right there.
Okay. Hurry in to get the best selection, because with prices like this, they're not going to last much longer. Hometown Motors, your store for the outdoors.
I take it you thought I was pointing at something on the table.
Yeah, I was like, what?
I was pointing
I didn't know what you wanted me to read over here.
Just like at Andy Tomlinson right there. We had Andy in earlier this week, and tomorrow's Flag Day, but his Flag Day promotion will take place on Monday. So if you're wondering about that, if you've been a participant, some of the, I think he said 8 or 9 years they've been doing this, and you wonder why it's not going on Saturday, it's because they're moving it to the 16th when he's got people there.
Yes.
At work. Didn't want to require people to be there on Saturday. All right, you can go to LeonardMedia.com and find out a lot of the things we're talking about, such as the Pickaway County Fair, which is starting tomorrow. Details in just a few short moments. But you'll find all of our social media information available up in the upper right-hand corner at LeonardMedia.com. You'll also be able to, if you slide down and take a look on our website, you'll be able to find a link to give you access to the baseball state championship broadcast from the OHSAA radio network. And that includes our Unioto Shermans today. We'll tell you more about that coming up in sports. The Southern Ohio Forest Rally held its park expose prior to the Octangie Park stage of this weekend's rally. Our Aaron Landon was there for the expose. And what did you think? This is your first experience.
No, it wasn't. I was there last year.
You were there last year?
Yes.
Were you really?
Yes.
Oh. So what did you think of your second experience?
Well, I got there at 5:30. They didn't start running the course until 8, and it was already packed. I mean, you can see how many people were there. They had food trucks. They had roast coffee was there, and people were just chatting with the drivers. And I thought it was a really cool experience for people who are into rally car racing to get to come and see all the cars, see inside of them, speak to the drivers. Just really cool.
And really not just rally car fans. There were other fans there, too. If you just like racing,
yeah,
a lot of people were there to check this out. And I saw that car on the street yesterday when I went out to get lunch. But Dan Jr. was there with Amelia, and Miss Amelia sat in a few of the cars, had conversations with some of the drivers. One, she just about talked her leg off. One of the female drivers in this event this weekend, and she looked at Dan Jr. and says, "How old is this kid?" I would have swore she's 10 in the conversation that they were having about racing.
Yeah.
That's how it goes when Dad's a race fan, you know. Today, the Shawnee State Forest stages are being run, and tomorrow morning they'll gather in MacArthur, right downtown, for a final park expose. So much like what you saw here in Chillicothe last night, you can see that again on the streets of MacArthur, and then they'll launch into the Zaleski State Forest stages. If you want to see them work on some of the cars, today they'll be doing that at Portsmouth West. That's where they'll be doing their maintenance because when you go through these courses that they run,
Yeah.
they have a tendency to break things.
Yes.
Or need something that's fixed, needs to be fixed. So they'll be doing that at Portsmouth West High School today, and the other one for tomorrow will take place at Vinson County High School. The annual Kenworth Truck Parade is tomorrow night here in Chillicothe, starting at 8:45 on the downtown streets. Assistant Plant Manager Jack Schmitt tells us how the parade came about.
Denton truck plant down in Denton, Texas, due to Peterbilt's. They had a truck parade that they put on. So Stacy Robinson and I went down and we viewed it and took some notes, came back here and put some plans together. We were actually planning on kicking one off in 2020 and then COVID hit. So our first parade was in 2022, went off without a hitch, and we've been going ever since. So we've been blessed to be able to celebrate something major every year. So obviously the first year we kicked it off in 2022. 2023, we celebrated 100 years of Kenworth's, and last year we got to celebrate 50 years in Chillicothe, Ohio. So
spectators will start arriving to claim their spots as early as 4 p.m. 54 trucks featured in this year's event, with an emphasis on the W900 model truck, which is being discontinued after this year. So you'll see a lot of different rigs that are the W900 model in this parade. Since they started this, I think this is the fourth year they've done the truck parade. They've had 192 drivers from 34 states across America and from Canada as well. So always a lot of fun. There will be some of the usual. Our buddy Cherry Pie is back again, so she'll have her truck going through. And tomorrow night, we'll be having cameras all over the place. Normally, I have walked the parade route. Not so much this year. Nope. So I'm taking that duty and handing it off to younger personnel now. And so duty. Watch for Aaron. I did say that. Watch for Aaron as he is making his way through the parade route. He'll be up talking to the drivers, but you'll probably turn around, capture some of the
smile and wave to the camera
and everything. Yes. And I'll probably be going around in a golf cart well before the parade. And so look, and if you see a camera, give us that wave.
Yes. It's county fair time in Ohio. The 2025 Pickaway County Fair opens tomorrow, with the official opening ceremonies taking place Sunday at 6:30. There's free admission tomorrow with rides and other activities, and gates opening at 8 a.m. It's move-in day for poultry and rabbits, and harness racing at the grandstand and weigh-ins for most of the livestock. Wiener dog races highlight this Sunday lineup at noon.
Which is new.
Yes.
Yeah, they in the past, that Saturday was usually like kitty tractor pull, that sort of thing. Yeah. I think they'll do that later in the week. But Wiener dogs.
Wiener dog racing is very entertaining. And 7 Mile Bluegrass performs from 1 to 4 on Sunday. Sunday's opening will be followed by the annual Queen and King contest at the amphitheater. And if you're watching this on Facebook or on YouTube, here's the full schedule. So go ahead and screenshot that. Use it this weekend.
We'll probably, and we've done this in previous years, I assume we'll probably do the same thing, but we may take these day by day and share with you as we make our way through next week.
Yes.
With the Pickaway County Fair up in Circleville. I'll be there tomorrow morning.
Will you?
We have our gathering that we get with a couple of teachers and a former classmate of mine, and we're meeting in Circleville tomorrow, just down the road from the fairgrounds. So I might slip over to the fair for just a bit.
What time is Kenworth's Family Day?
Family Day activities, I think I have to be there around 1:30.
Okay.
Something like that.
You got a busy day tomorrow.
I will find out more, yeah. Got the breakfast in Circleville, got Kenworth Family Day, and then the Kenworth Truck Parade. And we're doing some things with Kenworth tonight, and my wife said before I left the house, so when am I not seeing you? Can you fill me in on when you'll be here? And she'll be in bed by the time I get home tonight probably, and then I'll be out the door before she gets out of bed. Yep. So that's how it goes. Sometimes you got to live while you can, right?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Pickaway Chamber of Commerce is hosting a lunch for local businesswomen. Their speaker is Tessa Mack. She'll be presenting Investing for Your Future, helping women investors proceed with confidence. Tessa is an Edward Jones financial advisor based in Circleville with 10 years of industry experience.
Ohio Governor Mike DeWine and First Lady Fran DeWine joined Ohio Department of Natural Resources Director Mary Mertz for a ribbon-cutting ceremony yesterday to open the new Exploration Center at Clifton Gorge State Nature Preserve. It is the first facility of its kind at an Ohio State nature preserve. It features hands-on activities and people had the opportunity to step into a replica slump block cave. Do you know what that is? I don't know what a slump block cave is.
I can't really say I know.
Maybe it's what we're looking at right here. The space's aquarium wall offers a glimpse of the fish and other aquatic species that call the Little Miami State and National Scenic River home. The Clifton Gorge Exploration Center will be open 3 days a week, Friday through Sunday. The center's hours are 10 a.m. to 4 p.m.
In our road report, as we head towards the weekend, a culvert replacement project on State Route 247 in Adams County between Calvary Road and Greenbrier Road. 247 will be closed for the duration of the project. Traffic detoured via 785 to 73 to 770. Estimated completion is tomorrow. So it's just a minor situation going on for us today. Coming up in a moment, we'll take a look at sports for you. And we also have our Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week to announce, presented by Homeland Credit Union. So sit close for that. But first, let's tell you about Scioto Valley Dumpsters. 740-253-8389 is the number to call if you have need for a dumpster. Maybe you've got a building project going on. Maybe you're refurbishing Mike did this recently. Well, he didn't. He commissioned it to be done. Their kitchen. So you got to put all those old cabinets and stuff somewhere, right into a dumpster and off to the dump is where they take it. Scioto Valley Dumpsters, 740-253-8389.
The Bean Foundation wants to raise awareness about suicide prevention by sharing 988. Trained crisis counselors are available to talk 24/7, 365 days a year. 988. Save the number. Save a life. To learn more about the Bean Foundation, click on this ad on littermedia.com.
Discover Ross County. From the breathtaking outdoor adventures to the historic sights of Chillicothe and family-friendly events and festivals. Explore more at visitchillicotheohio.com or download the free mobile app today.
Find a career you love with Pickaway Ross Adult Education. Skilled trades careers are in high demand with no signs of slowing down. Pickaway Ross offers career training programs with expert instructors and hands-on learning tactics to create a variety of opportunities. Visit our website for more information.
Each week, we'll announce the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union. And in December, we'll announce the Player of the Year. Nominate any amateur athlete by visiting littermedia.com and click on Player of the Week. You'll also see the players we've named throughout the year. Make your nomination today for the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Player of the Week, presented by Homeland Credit Union.
And we'll announce who that player of the week is coming up in just a moment. First, let's jump into sports, and we've got news from the Ohio High School Athletic Association, some significant changes highlighting the 2025 football playoff regulations that were approved Thursday by the OHSAA Board of Directors. The number of qualifiers per region will be 12 instead of 16. And the top 4 seeds in each region will earn first-round byes. That gives you a chance to lick your wounds from the season and get prepared for the next round. In addition, the first 3 rounds of the postseason will be hosted by the higher seed team instead of the first 2 rounds. So that is significant, and I think it'll be an opportunity for fans, really, that we'll get to see more home games.
Yeah.
I think that is if your team is a higher seed and you continue to pick up wins there. Unioto faces Mentor Lake Catholic at Canton at 4 p.m. today in the D4 State Baseball Semifinal from Canton at Thurman Munson Memorial Stadium. In D5, Lynchburg Clay plays St. Paris Graham at 7 p.m. over in Akron. Both games can be heard on the OHSAA radio network, which if you look on our website, you'll see this image. Click on that, and it'll take you right to the page where you can hear those ball games. And, of course, when Unioto wins today, they will play again on Sunday morning at 10 a.m. I didn't look ahead to see when Lynchburg Clay would play.
I don't know. But you're very confident there.
Well, you have to be. I don't know if Amy Arnold, a friend of mine from many moons ago and still today, she asked that we promote the parent send-off. And I should have grabbed some of the video of this. I thought they were going to be taking maybe a charter bus or whatever to get up to Canton.
Yeah.
Not the case. They had a stretch limousine.
Wow.
And a stretch, it wasn't a Jeep, it was a
Hummer?
A Hummer, yeah. A stretch Hummer.
Wow.
That's how the players went. And if you've invested in that, you better win the game.
Yeah.
And you got to take on Mentor Lake Catholic. So good luck to Tony Taylor and the Unioto Shermans. The Reds are in Detroit tonight. They'll have Nick Martinez on the mound for Cincinnati. And the Guardians are in Seattle to take on the Mariners. That sound, if you heard it, I think, is for the announcement of our Player of the Week.
Yes.
Actually, it's a train going by right now. Our Neil Coleman Insurance, Wyandotte Mutual, Litter Media Player of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union is this guy, Chase Lipscomb. Fairfield Union, he took state records in winning 2 events this past Saturday, both the 110 and the 300 hurdles. And I saw some video of the 110. He finished, it looked like maybe 5 to 10 lengths ahead of the field.
Wow.
Incredible. He was smooth going over those hurdles, and you have to be if you're going to finish up first. So congratulations to Chase Lipscomb, our Player of the Week. Now, if you'd like to see all of the Neil Coleman Insurance Wyandotte Mutual Intermedia Game Players of the Week presented by Homeland Credit Union, just go to our website, littermedia.com, and click on Players of the Week. And make sure you send us nominations. We want to, again, if you've got a little leaguer who's had a really big week, why not nominate them, right?
Yeah.
As long as they're an amateur athlete, not getting paid to play. And so keep that in mind. We can't check all those records for those little leaguers.
Right.
You know, I don't know if dads are paying them to play. That'd be something. But many would play for Dairy Queen after the game, you know.
That's true.
We can do that. Boys, if we win this, we're going to DQ. And I remember those truck rides. Hop in the back of the truck when you could do that with the truck top on, and everybody would ride to Dairy Queen afterwards. All right, coming up in just a moment, we'll get you caught up to date on this date in history. Details next.
But first, we want to tell you about Litter Quality Propane, online propane monitoring and reporting. Know your home's consumption and gas remaining in the tank. Find out more at litterpropane.com.
I was looking for a first job. I had been babysitting and decided it was something for a little more permanent. It pays very well. It's convenient. You can make your own schedule with the flexibility. That's something that I like. The people that I work with are great. I wouldn't ask for a better crew or management team to work for.
Tecumseh. Fascinating. Captivating. Mesmerizing. Tecumseh.
Wherever you are, you're there for a reason. You shouldn't have to make a trip to the branch just to deposit a check. Skip the trip and use our mobile app to easily and securely deposit checks from your phone. Day or night, wherever you are, or whatever you're doing, download the Kingston National Bank Mobility app today.
that's one fast mower.
Take command of your lawn with Dixie Chopper, the world's fastest lawnmower.
Time for this date in history. We go back to 1777. And a 19-year-old French aristocrat. I had Disney on my mind.
I used to love that movie.
Yes. Miss Amelia loves the aristocrats. He was an aristocrat.
Yes.
The Marquis de Lafayette in South Carolina arrives with the intent to serve as General George Washington's second in command. Although Lafayette's youth made Congress reluctant to promote him and more than experienced colonial officers, the young Frenchman's willingness to volunteer his services, you heard him say volunteer without pay, won their respect, and Lafayette won a commission as Major General on July 31st of 1777. So just in a matter of 2 months, they named him.
Month and a half.
Yeah, named him a Major General. So congratulations to that man, Marquis de Lafayette.
He's one of the more prominent characters in Hamilton, if you've seen that or listened to the soundtrack.
Mm-hmm. I've not seen it.
It's on Disney Plus, I think.
Is it really?
Yeah.
Okay. I have to check that out at some point in time when we're not watching Aristocats.
Yes.
As opposed to aristocrats. All right, that's it for the program today. Good luck to the Unioto Shermans as they take the field at 4 o'clock this afternoon. That may, it depends on if there's a long game prior to them, it may get pushed back. By the way, we didn't talk about the Chillicothe Paints. The Paints picked up a win last night, and I'm trying to remember the score off the top of my head. I think they scored 13 runs last night in a win over the Thrillbillies. They were supposed to play 2 games, but apparently what happened was Thrillville had some travel difficulties along the way to get here, and Jacob Wise, the voice of the Chillicothe Paints, had to come on to their social media to say, well, we won't have a doubleheader tonight. We only have time for one, so they decided to make it a 9-inning game as opposed to a 7-inning game and play a pair. So, but the Paints picked up the win, and now they'll take on the Champion City Kings at VA Memorial Stadium tonight. So if you want to,
all right.
I think tonight is Rallytown night. Tonight is T-shirt night. Tomorrow night is Rallytown night. Okay. So, all right. So get out to the ball game and see the Chillicothe Paints. By the way, I think their last home game of this homestand is Sunday, and you won't be able to see them again until next week, late next week. So if you want to see the Paints, get out and see them this weekend. And we'll see you at the Kenworth Truck Parade tomorrow night. Look for us. Give us a big wave when you see the Litter Media cameras. Look for these 2 mugs. We'll be the ones you'll be able to see walking around. Mike Smith will be one of the announcers at the stage there at the Majestic Theater. And again, that gets underway at 8:45 tomorrow night. So for Aaron Glandon, for our Mike Smith, I'm Dan Ramey. Thanks for watching this edition and listening on Litter Media Radio.